welcome back to Balance While Blooming. We are closing out our December budget. So if you've never seen a budget video from me before, I have my income, my bills and expenses, my debt, and then we have our sinking and spending funds. And this all comes out to a zero-based budget. But when I close out the month, we figure out if I'm in a positive or negative, and I round these numbers up. Last month was my first official closeout for its own video, and I did to the penny, and it just took so much time, effort, so I did that in my spreadsheet, and then I rounded down on our income and up as close as possible to still show the exact number. Now at the end of the video, when I do show off this number, I will show you guys the actual to the penny of how much we saved, but just to kind of keep it a clean spreadsheet for you guys and to see really how a family of 3 who houses 6 people. I am a wife, a stepmom, so I have a husband, a son, my mother-in-law lives with us, and then we have a few tenants, so we get a lot of those household groceries as well. So that being said, we do have a higher grocery bill than most mid-income families, and we are a main family of 3, but we do house 6 people. This month was a little bit different because we pulled some from our sinking funds of what we saved because we had some bigger expenses coming up and our car insurance. That being said, it was also an extra paycheck. I was going to try to push this out all the way to the end of December, but I was like, why do that to you guys when you guys know, if you've been here before, I do the 25th of the month to the 25th of the month. So this is really November 26th to December 25th is what our December encompasses. So we actually don't have our last paychecks, but we'll talk about that as we go. And our rent, we did not get the back rent yet, and we fronted some of rent. We talk about those as we go on. So let's see if we did a good month or not. Starting out with our income, we had a good month for my husband. We lowball all the time, so he actually made $765 in his first paycheck. Then he had an $880, and then $1,040, $960, and then he was actually gonna have another check because we had one from the previous month, which was $500. He does have one more, which is on the day when this video comes out. That's gonna be in next month. Now for me, I'm going to put in my bonus as one of these because I didn't get my third paycheck. So in my first check it was $1,500, and then we got a bonus check, so that was $3,055, which realistically is, I got like a little bit more than my normal. I lowball these a lot just because most of it goes right to savings right away. So it's an additional $1,555 that I got there, and then we didn't do this. And then for our total rent, we only got $2,200. So put this into perspective that we had $1,100 less for rent, but that's okay. We did have to pull for our emergency funds and from our car insurance to pay this off, but we also did have other, which was just some other money that came in, Christmas money, some tips and stuff like that from family and friends. So that was $1,300. So let's figure out if we were even close without the full rent and without my third check. Obviously this will help and this will help, but let's see how we ended up. Still did better. We had $16,500 not bad. So we are in the positive in this one for this month, which is great. Now let's go directly into our bills and expenses and see how we did there. For our bills and expenses, our rent normally gets pulled out before the 25th, but this in November it didn't. So we did owe double rent, so that was $2,800. Normally it's $14. Our water bill actually did come in and it came out to $78. It was $115 as we expected. Phone was $35 as expected. We actually didn't have any electricity bill this month, and then we went a little bit over with our groceries, but it's Christmas, we hosted, everything like that. The gym actually came out to $51, and then our gas was a little bit over at $2.60, but I'm not mad about that at all. We did more running around and everything like that. We did have a good month with subscriptions for only $70, and then we paid a little bit more because we had a little bit of extra cash for $815 to pay a couple months of health insurance, and we're gonna just try to pay a couple months and be done by the end of the year. And then our car insurance, we didn't know an exact number here yet because we added a car. This is what it was, what we thought it would be, but it actually came out to $3,040, which is okay. I was in the right ballpark. So next year we'll just save more to get that number. So let's see what our bills and expenses came up to. It seems like we spent a little bit more, so I think it's going to be more than this, but let's see how much more. Okay, so yep, as I said, a little bit more. But of course that 3,000 was a big hit, but that's okay. Because this is a one-time thing, once a year, and then our savings as the months go on in 2024, we will be putting money into the sinking fund to get up to this $3,050 probably is what I'll make that be. So now our car bill was $320. That's the same every month, as long as it's not like a 3 paycheck. Like next month it will be a 3 paycheck, so it will be like $150-ish more. But that's okay because we know to expect that, and we'll have an extra paycheck for me because I missed this one and then have 2 more. Me and savings, I'm very interested. It seemed like we spent a lot, but let's see how much we actually spent. So animals was added. Now I'm curious to see what this number needs to be if we wanted it to be a zero-based budget. So you take your income minus your bills and expenses minus your debt. You would need to stay under 7906 to be at zero base. So anything less than that is going to put us in the green. Let's talk about Christmas. I actually did a bit more Christmas shopping than I thought I was going to. We ended up with $440, so a little bit more, so that's a red alert. Our appliances were actually almost $500 less, so that's good. It was $2,520. I'm going right into car. Car was $165, so that we saved a bit. Animals, they were expensive. We got a new fish tank and we got some Christmas gifts for the animals and stuff like that, so and I bulked up for the next year on some medicines, some food, everything like that. So that did add up. Our other and our family is where it's going to come down to being very questionable. So let's see, of this 420 minus 440, 440 minus 2520 minus 165 minus 650, we would have to stay under 645, which we budgeted more, so we know that this number is probably going to be a bit more, but let's see. So for other, we spent 400, and for dining out, eating, fam fun, and his and hers, we only spent $400. So that's not terrible. Now let's see again what that adds up to. Okay, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So only about $100 more. So it's not like we spent a bunch more on like free spending. So I'm pretty proud of ourselves. But of course we could have saved more by saving this $500 and saving about 60 bucks here and there, but it happens. Now that is great news because we actually saved oops, that's not the same color, sorry guys, $3,000 this month. So we technically replenished our entire emergency fund and then some, and made it back up to our 10 grand. So this is a great way to end, but let's see if we are under that amount and in the positive. So we have 3,000 plus the 4,575 equals, we are in the green, but let's see how much. So overall, we have, we'll cross this out, and we have $7,575. Cross that out, 7,575. And let's see exactly how much in the green we are. Okay, so $331 in the green. That's awesome. Walking away after some less income, less tenant rent, having double rent coming out. It's just so good. I will say that 2024 is a big saving year for us. We will not be spending as much. I have big financial goals, and I will be talking about that in my January plan with me, like not only my January reset that's coming, but also my budget with me and my financial reset. So check out those videos and really make sure that you are walking away with a budget. And I just want to be honest with you guys that I am walking away. Let's see. Our actual number that we are walking away with all of the numbers broken down, which I will pop on the screen, is $380.34. So I am going to roll that over into January just because January is the first month where my husband's on the off season. So that's something to think about. I'm not drastically putting it into our savings right away, but know that my budget is very unique. It's to us, but start with any sort of budget. I did have one of you guys reach out to me, get this budget. If you guys want it, DM me on Instagram, and I would love to know how you guys do it. I send it to you completely blank. I get rid of all of these, and that's how I'm doing it. I'm gonna do one more round of free before I do all my trackers and all my budgets and start selling them to you guys for you guys to financially plan your life. And if these are videos that you guys like, feel free to like this video and subscribe for more. I do money mindset, I do a lot of personal development and just how to become your best self. And remember that you can balance your wants with your needs, and that is what we stand by here, that you can have everything that you want, do everything that you want while balancing in the things you need to do. And that starts with money, with mindset, with your time, the management, how you balance your life. So just remember that you need to set a budget to be financially stable and financially balanced. You need to know exactly where your money's going and where you're spending and how much is coming in and how much is going out. So I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you for the last closeout of 2023, and I'm so excited to hear all of your financial and life wins in 2024, and I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.